Hi everyone. In the last class, we have seen the examples of this TTD, examples of the TTD, and also we have seen the previous examples of XML, basic XML examples. Okay, while explaining these examples of DTD, the first one we got some kind of error. Actually, we rectified that error, and we didn't validate it. We didn't validate the same code. So I didn't make it like I went for XML and click on validate. I didn't make it validate, but I'm thoroughly checking for where the error is. That is the reason we are not able to identify. But once I close the class and I'm trying to go for XML and click on validate, obviously it is saying that this is a valid file because as it is a valid file, it is a valid, right? So I made that mistake. I didn't check it for XML file. That is the reason the error is the as continues. Now what I did, root element, university, zero or more students can exist. Student having name and year and name is hmm, in the form of what, PC data. Okay, we click on validate. Fine, guys. Can I add more student? Can I add more students? Yes, I have added 3 students. Click on XML. Click on validate. Yes, there is no problem. No problem. Okay, fine. Guys, for example, instead of saying the student star, I have saved now. I'm trying to flow for XML. Click on valid. Now, what it's saying? Empty content is not valid for the content model student because it is expecting at least one element student, but we are not providing at least one student also. That is the reason it is showing another. If I save this like this, if I save this like this, now also we'll get an error because it is expecting only one student. It is expecting only one student, but we say we have given more than one student. We have given more than one student. Okay, now click on XML, click on validate. Now it is valid. If I go for adding star, go adding store, click on more than one student. Now also it is valid. So I hope you understood about this concept clearly. Yeah, fine. Now in today's class, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some extra things, right? The key components of XML. Key components of XML. In that, one is elements. One is elements. Another thing is attributes. Attributes. Now, how to create the attribute rules in the DTD? Now I will explain this class. Yes. So how we are going to write the attributes? Attributes are always going to define in the form of name, value, page, that will be in the form of single quotations or that will be in the form of double quotations. And one more thing is whenever you are trying to observe any kind of attributes, try to make convert into elements. That is the key point that I have explained in the first class of this XML concept. Yeah. And all these attributes you have to write in the opening tag. Opening tag of any tag. Yes, and also they should be unique in the tag. They should be unique in the tag. That is what those rules here. Fine. So what is the syntax? How to write these attributes for a particular element means you have to follow the syntax like exclamation mark, attribute list, attribute list, attribute name, attribute data type, attribute data type, attribute specifications, and if there is any other kind of other information that we can write here, this is the syntax of adding attributes to an element. Attributes to an element. For example, there is an element, there is an element called employees, which is a rule element, and I can have more than one employee. I can have more than one employee. For example, I'm trying to declare the employee. Initially I made it as empty. Let me take it, it is not taking any kind of text data, child elements or mix or combination of all. It is not taking anything, but it is supporting only attributes. Let us assume that it supports only attributes. Now what I'm going to do, i need to add I need to add the attributes. I need to add the attributes. Yes. How we are going to do? We need to take the attribute list tag. Attribute list tag. In that, for which tag I am going to add, for see, sorry, here you have to write element name. Element name. For which tag, for which element you have to write, and what is the attribute name? For example, attribute name is employee number. Employee number. What is the attribute data type? C data. Unparsable character data. This is what I have explained while explaining the. Am I right? While explaining the parse data. Yes. And attribute specifications. Attribute specifications means here I can simply say that these attribute specifications are whether it may be required, whether it may be implied, whether it may be implied, whether it may be fixed, or whether it may be default value. Meaning that for employee number, whether user must and should have to give the employee number or not, that is what we are specifying like required. Implied means optional one or not. Fixed means the value of this employee number is fixed or not. Default one means whether if we are not specifying anything explicitly, it is going to take the default value. That is what the meaning of attribute specifications. For example, I am defining for required, you have to define with hash hash implied implied implied. Fixed key has fixed. Default key nothing. Nothing. We are going to simply pass the value. We are going to simply pass the value. For example, here it is required. Let us assume that it is required. Then what I am going to write? I am going to write like required. For example, similarly, for employee number, employee name is there, employee salary is there, and the remaining all the things are same. All the things are same. Yes, fine. For this, so like this is a kind of thing, right? For this, how the XML file look like? If you observe the XML file, the root element is employees. The root element is employees. The element name is employee. The element name is employee. All are required, right? You have to must and should have to compulsory pass employee number, compulsory have to pass 101, employee name compulsory pass, employee salary compulsory pass. For example, JK 12,000 salary. 12,000 salary. If you want, you can able to add one more employee because it is a plus. It is a plus. I'm going to close all employees. I'm going to close them. If, for example, if you by mistake, if you didn't pass any kind of one of these attributes, the validator will provide an error. Validator provide error because all these are required. All these are required. For example, sometimes instead of having required, if I pass here as implied at the time, it is not compulsory to pass the employee number, but it is compulsory to pass the all the remaining name and salary. Yes. So that is the concept of how to add attributes to a DTD. Attributes to DTD. For example, guys, I will take one more DTD file. For example, let me take a students.dtt. Students.dtt. For example, let me take I hope you understood this already. Students root element is there. In that, one or more students are there. One or more students are there. If you would like to add for every student, I would like to add student ID, student name, student course, student ID, student name, and student course. Then what I will going to do? I'm going to take as attribute list, student as element name, and student ID. Student ID whose data type is C data. And for example, student ID is required, right? Compulsory in a college to identify uniquely. Yes, required. Similarly, student name, it is, for example, name is implied. Implied means IMPLIEDM. Implied means it is optional one. So, right? If I have a unique ID, why need to bother about the student name? No need. So even though user is passing or not, we don't need. We require with the help. We can identify with the help of student ID. Okay, similarly, we can go for student course. For example, my student course is Java. Java. All the remaining things are same one. Student course is Java. Yes. Now what we can understood. This is one we call it as default value. So default value. What about fixed? We can pass it as has fixed, or sometimes, for example, student fee. Let me take student fee. The data is C data. We can pass as has fixed. And what about other specifications? For example, fee is 1,000 rupees. Fee is 1,000 rupees. Like this, we can able to add the attributes to an element. Enable to add the attributes and element. Yes. If you go for an XML file, what we are going to do? We are going to simply add, like for student element, we have to compulsory add student ID 101. So guys, student ID 101 you have to pass. Is there any necessary to pass? Is there any necessary to pass? Is there any necessary to pass here? Student name? No need. But is there any necessary to pass student course? No need. Student course also no need to pass. Student course also no need to pass because I have passed the default value. For example, I have passed the student course as WT. WT. What will happen? The default value will be overridden here. The default value will be overridden here. What about the student fee? Student fee. Student fee also you no need to pass. If you pass, if you didn't pass, it will automatically take the student fee as 1,000 rupees. It will include as 1,000 rupees. For example, student fee as 1,000. Student fee as 1,000. That's it. Yeah. And let me take one more. Student. Student ID is 102. Student name is, uh, for example, Abhishek. Abhishek. Now, what student ID is compulsory. There is no problem. Student name is optional. Even though we passed, if you didn't pass the student course, by default it is taking as Java. By default it is taking the fixed student fee as 1,000 rupees. Like this, we can create the student attributes. Yeah, it's not all about the student attributes. It's about the attributes of an element. Attributes of an element. Here you can observe something. Uh, Attribute specifications. These are all compulsory. Attribute specifications. These are compulsory. If you take the attribute data type, guys, there are so many data types are there. There are so many attribute data types are there. There are so many attribute data types are there. Among those, one data type is C data, which is unparsable character data. Another data type is enumerated data. Enumerated. So enum, you know, right? Enum, you know, right? What is the meaning of enumerated data type? So all these are all capital letters. All these are all capital letters. What do you mean enumerated data type? Among the list of values, you are going to select only one value. At the time, you can go for the data type as enumerated data type. ID. If you would like to specify, the value in the entire XML file should be unique, then I can go for making the data type as ID. Making the data type as ID. Yes, okay. So like this, we'll have various kind of things. These three are mainly used. We can go for ID reference. We can go for entity. We can go for entities. We can go for notation. We can go for NM token. We can go for NM tokens. Like that, we'll have various kind of attribute data. But the thing is, mainly we are going to see the C data, enumerated, and ID. For example, guys, uh, like let me take one attribute. That attribute is something like attribute list. That attribute is payment attribute, payment element amma. So payment element having, we can have payment type, right? That payment type, what you are going to accept, generally we are going to write like C data. Instead of that, if you want to accept a DD, or if you want to accept through check, or if you want to accept through check, meaning that from among the list of values, the user has to give only one value as input. Then we can go for the data like enumerated, and it also should be required. Let's assume that. Like this you can go for. So in this example file, in the XML file, what we are going to do, we are going to write like payment type equal to, we are going to write like DD. That's it. DD. Then it is valid. So other than DD, other than check, other than cash, here I'm going like swipe. If I write, it will provide invalid because the value should be any one of these values only. That is what we are saying, that is enumerated. We're saying enumerated. Yes, sometimes what will happen is for a student tag, for a like for example, yes, I'm moving somewhat fast. For a student attribute list, for student attribute list, for student for student, SID is I'm making it as ID. SID is I'm making it as ID, and I'm making it as required. Making it as required. And whenever I'm trying to write in an XML file, the value of ID, the value of ID as 101. 101, there is no problem. If I take one more student, if I write like SID as 102, there is no problem at all. If I take one more student SID as 101, now it is a problem because SID means the data type is ID. ID means it should be unique over the entire XML file. The entire XML file, but I am providing redundant. That is why it is invalid. It is invalid. So so, so whenever you would like to make it as unique, you are going to make it as unique, then you can go for this idea. This idea. Yeah, ID ref. Sometimes what will happen is there is some subject, like for example, uh, some course or some subject like WT, which is common to 1,000 students, which is common to 1,000 students. So writing the WTS course for 1,000 students is taking the lot of code or not. Instead of that, we'll create one reference and we'll make it point out that so that all will be connected to that course. To that course, yes. Like this, we can use this IDREF also. Yeah. Okay, fine. Like this, we'll have all the things on all the things. Yeah, fine. And let me take the last thing. So one more kind of key component, that is entities. Entities. I said right. So entities means whenever you are trying to use like double quotations or single quotations, whenever you're trying to use left hand symbol, whenever you're trying to use greater than symbol, what I'm saying, ampersand GT colon, ampersand LT colon, ampersand code colon, copy, ampersand copy, like this. Like this. You have to use all these entities so that the parser may won't get confused. Okay, fine. This is the general concept of this one. But coming to this XML DTD concept of entity, the XML DTD concept of entity, entity, which will define the shortcut length for long strings. The shortcut for long length strings. The shortcut for long length strings. Like for example, guys, uh, somewhere every time you need to write as Jay Krishna. Every time you need to write as Jay Krishna. Instead of that, what you can write is you can go for writing JK. You can go for writing JK, meaning that wherever you are trying to write JK, it is simply going to replace with the value as Jay Krishna. So how we are going to declare this kind of entity? So simply left angular bracket, exclamation mark. You have to write the type as entity, entity name, and the required replaced value. The required replaced value. For example, for example, left angular bracket, entity, entity, entity name is JK. Required value is Jay Krishna. Meaning that wherever you are trying to use the data in our XML file, it is going to simply replace with the Jay Krishna. Yes, of course. How we are going to write that? So, what is the structure of this writing this entity? Generally, these entities are named entities and number entities. Named entities and number entities. But number entities are not supported in XML. We'll support with only named entities. So, named entities, how we are going to say? Starts with ampersand, starts with the entity name, followed by semicolon. Wherever I am going to write ampersand JK colon, it is going to simply replace or it is going to simply print the J Krishna as the output. Yes. Right. So this is all about the concept of DTM. Okay. Now what I will do is I will make it so the execution part of this one. Execution part of this one. Yes, guys, you can observe. Yeah. Fine. So here I have taken the valid one, Amma. I have taken the valid one and I have taken the intentionally create this one. So it is a kind of library scenario. Amma. In a library, zero or more books are there. If there is a book, the book have either title or book name. One or more authors can be allowed, and zero or one publication and details are allowed. The properties of details are fixed price for everyone. Should have unique book number and can sold to either to the countries, either either to the countries, either India or USA or Germany. USA or Germany. Here, guys, you can observe in a library, zero or more books are there. For that, what I did is I have taken the root element as library. Zero or more books are there. Zero or more books are there. That is why I am taking it as bookstore. So if I take every book, if I take a book, so guys, don't worry about this. Yeah. I remove that. If I take a book, if I take a book, that book can have, so already I have explained this one. Book, that book having either a title or a book name. So you can define with the help of title or book name, and can have one or more authors, can have zero or one publication, and one more element is details. So up to here we did. Here we did. If you take the details, so for example, first I would like to complete. Title is PC data, book name is PC data, author is PC data, publication is PC data, and details. Details also, if you want, you can able to pass some PC data if it is required. So I don't want any data, and I don't want any provide any text data. That is why I made it as empty. Made it as empty. So if you take the details element, so the price is fixed for everyone. The price is fixed for everyone. So I need to add an attribute. I need to add an attribute. That attribute name is price. So we are going to write a structure: attribute list details price. The data type is C data. Price is fixed, which is what, 500 rupees, and should have unique book number. If you would like to define the unique book number, you have to take the data type as ID, and which should be required from the user. It should be required from the user. Yes, and can sold to how many countries? Only three countries: either India, USA, or Germany. USA, India, or Germany. So that is what why you have taken here. What data type? Data type enumerated data type you have to take. So book sold India, USA, Germany. That should be required. Yes, guys. Here I have taken one more thing, copied. I have pasted. So whenever I'm trying to write some kind of details like title name or author name, I made it intentional. So instead of writing the web technology course directly here, instead of writing the web technology course directly here, I made the use of the concept called entity. So entity type, entity name, and the description. JK J Krishna. Yes. So this is what I have taken the DTT. So this DTT I can write as external DTT or internal DTT. But for the time being, I have taken it as internal DTT. Taken the internal DTT. Yes. There is a one root element called library, which is satisfying the rule of DTT, and it contains one book. It contains one book from here to here, line number 17 to line number 22. Yes. So no need of this. Yes. I made the title printing as. So here what I can do, I can write like this. Like this also, there is no problem. But to make it a use of the concept of entities, I made like ampersand WT. Named entities I have used. Author I have defined. See guys, author I have defined. Publication 0 or 1 publication. Yes. If you take the details, book ID must and should have to compulsory pass because it is required, and book sold should have to be compulsory required. Where I am going to sold, whether I am going to sold India or somewhere, and price, is it necessary to pass the price? No need. By default, it is going to take that. By default, it is going to take that data. Yes. So that is why price I didn't define here. Defined here. The same thing. The same thing. So here I have taken the title. Here I have taken the book name, computer. Author I have taken. Publication I have taken. Book ID is 102. S101. This one is 102. Because it is ID, right? It should be default. It should be unique. Price I may mention. I may not mention. There is no problem. There is no problem. Book sold India. Or you can take somewhere some other thing. Yes. I have saved this. I will go to XML file. I can click on validate. The file is valid and there are no errors at all. There are no errors at all. Yes. Now I'll try to make some modifications to get some kind of errors. To get some kind of errors. Yes. So first thing is I'm going to allow for a book name. For a book name, I'm going to allow title as well as book name. But according to requirement, I have to pass only either a title or book name. If I click on XML, if I click on validate, you will get the invalid things because of adding this book name. Adding this book name. Yes. If I change the order, if I change the order, changing the order will also affects to will also affects to an error. Will also affects to an error. So I made it the as it is. If I remove the author, see, observe guys. If I remove the author, will it provide an error? Yes, because there should be at least one author according to the requirement. There should be at least one author, but we are not passing any author. That is why I'm sorry. That is why it is going to provide an error. It is provide an error. So I have to pass the author. To pass the author. Yes. What about the publication? Publications. So it can be 0 or more, 0 or 1. So I made it remove. There is no error at all. There is no error at all. Click on XML, click on validate. There is no error at all. If I pass, there is no problem. There is no problem. But if I pass one more time, now we'll get an error. Okay, because more than one time is not allowed. More than one time is not allowed. Yes. So up to here we have completed. Now coming to the details. Coming to the details. If I remove the BAD, if I remove the BAD, you will get an error. Get an error. Missing required attribute BAD because it is required. It is required. Yes. For example, I made here also 101. I made here also 101. Click on XML. Click on validate. ID value S101 has already been used. That is what I am saying, right? ID should be in a queue. So it should be other than 101. Other than one. So even though I'm not passing any data, price, it is taking by default as fixed 500 rupees. Be sold is India. There is no problem at all. Validate. Yes. For example, I'm taking as so, so 1 minute. Let me take Africa. Africa. Click on XML. Validate. It is going to provide a error. Value Africa for attribute be sold does not match its types. Defined enumeration. Enumeration. That is what I'm saying, right? So enumerated data type. Enumerated data type. Yes. So compulsory here you have to pass any one of the defined one. Like for example, Germany. For example, Germany. Okay, fine. So like this, we need to create a DTD for a particular requirement, so that so that whatever the data that we are getting from the user, that should match with the given details. That should match with the given details. Yes, guys. And now I will show the output. Control A, Control C. I will take Control N, Control V, Control 1 minute. So here it will provide an error that you know. So Control yes. Where is this library? Library dot XML. I'm taking the desktop to avoid confusion. Desktop. Yes. I'm going to open with Internet Explorer. You can observe, guys. Yeah, you can observe, guys. So what I did, I have taken the code like this. You can observe. I have taken the code like ampersand WT, but here it is saying web technology course. Ampersand JK. Here it is taking Jai Krishna. It's taking Jai Krishna. Here I am taking ampersand JK. Here it is taking Jai Krishna. I hope you understood. So what is the advantage of entity? Okay, fine. Okay, so like this we need to write. Yeah, if you take one more example, I have taken this example for simplicity of understanding. Yeah, RGKT employee scenario. RGKT university contains one or more number of employees, where each employee having either first name or last name. That is why I have taken first name or last name. hide date, and zero or more projects. Zero or more projects means a project star. Each project have either attributes, unique PID, fixed price, and can sold to either CSC, mechanical, or ECE only. The same concept which I have taken here. Okay. So piece data, empty, ID is required, which is unique for all, price is fixed, and enumerated data type, and I have taken all the things. Okay, now guys. So this is the concept of DTDs. Concept of DTD. I hope you understood clearly. Thank you.